the journey to real love. Now this is a really big subject. Love itself is a huge subject, and the journey to love is another subject, and real love is another whole subject. But I'd like to just troubleshoot two main areas here that come up in my healing practice so often, that create so much struggle and suffering for people. First of all, real love is where you can love yourself. So how good are you at that without any shame or judgment? I mean, honestly, how good are you at loving yourself? Can you speak up? Can you set boundaries for yourself and say, no, I prefer not to do that today, but what about another day? Or I prefer not to go out with you. Or, setting boundaries means yes and no means no. It means you're directing things according to meeting your needs. And so how well are you meeting your own needs with yourself and with others, and speaking up about what your needs are? I think that's a really important part of loving yourself. And another part of loving yourself is basically treating yourself as though you have value. Can you name right now what your value is? Why you think you have value on earth? What you carry around as your value? And really try to go past your education, all your degrees and expertise and things and skills. Just think about your heart's value, your value, who you are, that value. What do you carry in your heart? Because that's what I consider to be who you are. Loving yourself means you love yourself well enough to express who you are. Regardless if you're in the midst of meeting the President of the United States, or an important meeting, or people that you consider very important or very beautiful or very whatever, rich or anything else, can you hold your own ground and be in your own energy field and be natural and normal because you're loving yourself and you're good enough to be there and you're good enough to state who you are and just be natural and normal? So this is the kind of worth and value that you carry about yourself into the world, and you do it first in your own inner self, and then you take it out into the world where it's very tested and try to hold that ground of your own inner worth and value. And that's what I think it means to love yourself, without judgment, without being ashamed and embarrassed and all the stuff we do ourselves. We listen to the inner talk about being inadequate and all of that. Can you be who you truly are and hold that value in the world and shun out and negate that negativity that tends to crop in? Because if you can do that, you'll get stronger and stronger in yourself, and you will attract to you at the same level that you're holding it. And that's tremendous power right there. Okay, so that's real love for yourself. The second part I want to talk to you about is real love versus unreal love within relationships. And I've seen a tremendous amount of suffering from really loving people who love someone who's not quite as loving to them. And perhaps you've been in those relationships. For some reason, we desperately want to be approved of by the person we've picked out that we want to love us, and so then we start compromising. And of course, any relationship has compromise. You want to get along, you want to have harmony, you go with the flow, but to what degree you're compromising? Are you compromising your soul? Are you compromising how you're being treated by someone? Because I can tell you, you can tell immediately how you're being loved, how well you're being loved, by how someone's treating you and how you feel after you've been with them. Do you feel that you've been ignored? Do you feel that your needs are being ignored? Do you feel that you're receiving attention from this person or these people, friends or lovers? Do you feel dominated or controlled? Be honest. Do you really? We're so easily manipulated and won over when we want to be loved. But so often I see people, and I have to call it out, I see a domination factor, I see a disrespect factor. And really be honest with yourself and look honestly into your relationships and see how well they measure up. Is it real love? Or is it just something you call love because they say, I love you? But that might not necessarily mean that you're really receiving the love that is being declared to you. And that's really important. So this might require you to think through things and break some old patterns, some new patterns, and set new patterns. New patterns that are going to serve you and the other person as well, according to real love. Now let me tell you what real love looks like. Scott and I write about it in our books on love skills. They're all there. And The Love You Deserve, that's a book, and all the standards are there. And real love begins with friendship. And so, how does a true friend act? A true friend acts with kindness and respect and with gentleness toward your soul, towards your dreams, towards the things that your needs, towards what's interesting to you. A true friend is caring and loving. And that's the kind of friend you want to be, and that's the kind of friend you want to have. And let me tell you, that is real love. That's the love worth getting up in the morning for. It's gorgeous, and it fills the heart, and it fills the soul. It fills life with such joy. It's so beautiful to have real love engaged. It takes two people for that in a relationship. I think that real love means that this love mate or friend is truly interested enough in you to know what you're interested in. What are your dreams? Your good friend should be able to tell you and know intimately what your dreams are. And you should be able to tell what your good friend's dreams are too, and be able to enunciate that well so that they're nodding their head saying, yeah, that's it. Because when we share our dreams, the last thing we need is judgment. The last thing we need is someone laughing. I mean, that wouldn't be real love, would it? Real love holds so tenderly, so caringly, those precious God seeds within each of us that is destined to bloom, and we all need that encouragement. That's what real love is. So there's lots more to say on this subject. Scott's going to share with you too, and we wish you well in all of your real love on that journey.